Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy
Hey y'all.
podcast, video stuff. You know, the stuff that's keeping the stuff.
Well, we got names for it all day.
We gonna come up. I'm gonna come up with a whole new name.
Yeah. Hey
Um,
y'all. Good morning to y'all.
so make sure you share. Sharing is caring.
The first one, Deborah.
This is going to be a hitter and quitter. This is gonna be a short show because many things need to happen today. Let's see. Blessings, Deborah. Blessings, Lisa.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys rocking, coming through. You know, it's funny. I never want to do a replay, so I'd rather squeeze the time and come on, and just conversate for a little while.
Yes.
I like doing this. This is enjoyable. It's kind of take my mind off for certain things, and
Yeah. We've been doing it for 2 years.
yeah, right.
So now we're
Is it
running
2
with
years?
it.
A
Yeah.
year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, 2. We
Wow.
started back in 2018, bro.
All right. So I appreciate you guys. Like I said, make sure you share. And you know what? I'm going to share right now because I always try to share in the intro, and it never works.
Yeah.
Because my intro is short. Let's see. So I pray everybody's well. We're still praying for Pastor McCory,
Yep.
and family for the loss.
Yeah, definitely.
And let's see. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So without further ado,
I do.
let's get busy. Let's make this thing happen. I didn't want to catch
Good
that.
morning. Good morning.
Welcome to another edition of
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody?
Hey,
Hey, we back, yo.
all
Like,
right.
like Chance the Rapper. And we back. Yeah.
Oh man, let's see. Share the story.
Oh, you can do more than one group. How about that? Okay.
Yeah.
I learn something new every day, y'all. I promise you I am.
Are you talking on Facebook?
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. I share. I drop links everywhere.
Everywhere. Put it everywhere.
Everywhere. I try to say, something at the top, but it's usually short. Link dropping.
Good morning, Lisa. I'm glad. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, indeed. All right. So today, I want to ask you guys. Let me see who's in the building. All right, Cole. What up? I'm glad you're here.
What up, Cold World? What's up,
my
buddy?
people? So we're going to talk about the divide that is America. Oh, look at Romello in the building. Let me.
Romello.
GA in the building. Batman and Robin. Oh. So we're going to talk about the divide that is America, because I'm coming to realize that it is the divide that is America.
Hold on. That's me.
Okay. All right. So welcome.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna put up a video from a place that I'm no longer gonna name the name because I will not give them free advertisement.
Okay.
Because everybody already has, but eventually it's gonna fade. Let's see, where am I putting the divide? I didn't put my title of that is America. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that today.
The divided state of America. I like it.
The divide that is America.
That's Cole's comment.
Oh, that's his comment. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was thinking and typing.
It's all right.
All right. He said I actually created a shirt, the divided state of America, right?
Well, I need it. Hey, Cheryl. Good morning to you out in Cali.
What's up, GA? Cheryl in the building.
GA in the building.
California's. Oh,
America,
right? America. All right. So I want you guys to check this video out. And it's pretty telling from one side, and I think it may be equal on both sides. Just change the name.
If Trump is declared the winner, will the left be uniting with us? Answer, no. For them, unity is nothing but conformity. an empty slogan, and a one-way street. If Trump is
If Trump is declared the winner,
What's up, Dwayne?
What's going on, brothers? What's going on?
he got a new camera because he's like 1080 right now.
I just shaved. I just
Ain't this little shine?
That's all.
Trump is one.
People who support him.
You know what?
1 out of 3 people who supported him.
I don't know, but did you guys see the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo yesterday? He gets up there, and the question was asked to him, "Why are you guys? Will it be a peaceful transition of power?" He said, "Yeah, a peaceful transition of power to a second term." Did you guys see that? Like,
No, I didn't see that.
What level of insanity are these folks on? And there are people, and when you say dividing this country, you're absolutely right, because people were all in to what this man said. They are attempting a coup.
You think so?
You know, yeah. Because how else can you say with confidence? I get it.
I mean, because
some folks can lie with a straight face. Hey, Ebbs.
I mean, because technically, listen, and at first I was like, nah, but technically, it's not over. Like, because they're still counting, they're still litigating. Like, it's not over. Like, and I sounded like them. You know, the news media has declared it, but that doesn't make it so. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's clear from their calculations.
Right.
You know, that's why they got to put projected president-elect.
Man.
Because I'm just...
Look, this brother's going to have 306 electoral votes by the time this count is over. I mean, he only needs 270 to win.
Yeah. Next thing I know, it's
but
going to get real messy.
It's going to take
it's got to be certified. Look at GA. GA, you really in Australia? Brother, no.
But see, the thing is, the only thing, if this election goes like every other election has, and the Electoral College represent their state the way their state voted,
right,
then this is pretty much over.
Right.
And all you got to do is just wait on the recounts. I mean, it's like having Michael Jordan up by 15 with 3 minutes left.
Right.
Yeah.
Normally, there's no way that lead is ever going to be blown.
Right.
But the referees can start teeing up everybody.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It's one of those moments.
Okay.
You're right.
All
right. I don't do nothing.
You know, when we talk about, we can talk about how messy it's going to be. I think to myself, this is really asinine and insane. I don't.
Well, you know what? I mean, I hear you, but I'm looking at it from a point of view as, how could I really win this thing?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I really get on my winning game, right? Like,
hey,
you know, how could I stir this up enough to turn this in my favor?
Okay.
Well, right. So hold on. And there's another thing. Like we know this. He's been kind of setting this up. This dude. I'm gonna give him props. Whoever's controlling whatever they playing chess, because he's
telling you what he's gonna do.
Right. He was in the beginning was like, mail-in ballots are bull. I need all my people to go in them polls because any mail-in ballots are invalid. So he's been planting that seed for like a year, or since the beginning of the pandemic, and they were talking about how they're going to run it.
March.
Yep, he's been planting the seed for us. He said Putin is giving them great instructions. Listen, maybe he's like, you can do this. He's like, you can do some of this. He said, you just can't do all of this because this is America.
Well, you see, the difference was Putin was a real soldier.
Right.
That's the difference. Putin was about that life.
Right. How a man go from president? Where did he go from president? Then the prime minister. back to
president. Hey, what's up, lady?
He's like, here you can have a little bit of control, but you can't have it all. Yeah, it's crazy. It's
It's
crazy.
yeah.
So
He said
But
that.
but not
So
not
okay.
Terry. See, I'm not mad with anybody who says it's not over. I'm cool with that part
right.
because constitutionally they're correct.
Hey,
Uh,
Evan's so
So
crazy.
then,
but no, it's I feel you. It's like at this point, you want to say, "Oh, y'all shut up." There's a 5 million vote difference. I
right,
mean, everybody.
It's I mean, no matter how he cut that.
However, and that's an actual fact, Terry. Not negating that at all. But you got to remember that the United States is not a true democracy.
Okay, it's not a true democracy.
It's a republic, and because of the way the republic is drawn up,
On the republic, which stands one nation under God. Yeah, okay, I got it.
it's power sometimes is smoke and mirrors.
right,
Now I don't know who gets to select these delegates for each state. I don't know how that's done, but if they are
Right,
for the
Jay.
American people, if they're
right,
for the American people, then they're gonna vote the way the American people voted. If they've been tampered or tainted with or got their own agenda or
Yeah,
just felt like, you know what, today I'm gonna shock the world.
yeah.
Can you imagine if somebody from California just like I'm voting for Trump?
right.
Like, and California is a blue state in the rural and the. I mean, so can you imagine if somebody wake up one morning just like,
You know
yeah,
what?
I know,
How can I make my mark?
like 70% of y'all voted for Biden, but
Right.
I just feel like something deep inside is telling me I need to vote for Trump, and they go cast. It could happen.
Okay.
Yeah, it could.
He,
It
he,
could.
here's where my confusion comes in.
What's up?
Okay. He's got a 5 million vote lead.
Uh-huh.
No matter what this man did, if he even did a recount, um, he's still going to re-lose. Um,
But it's yeah, like, but it's still
what
elected.
can you, as an American, put your faith in the election process after the? Let's just say, for example,
I got you.
if somebody pulls this election out of their booty for Trump, right?
Right. Right.
Can you, as an American, trust the voting process?
Well,
Would you stop voting after this?
look, this is why I personally understand the people that voice I'm not voting because my vote don't matter anyway.
Right.
Some
Right.
people, most people,
That's its validation.
but here's the thing: most people berate those people to no end.
Right.
Your grandma and granddaddy was hung, burned, and dogs sicked on them in a hose. Yeah, that's true. But at the end of the day, the popular vote does not determine who the president is.
Yeah.
The Electoral College does. And they're not obligated by the Constitution to vote the way the popular vote is. So, as messed up as it is, this is the voting process. We're just seeing the messy side. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't spill into these lanes, but it's completely the voting process. This whole thing, each state having to certify if the votes were within a certain count, then you got to do a recount. If there's legal, or if you find anything that influenced it, you got legal recourse to go through the justice system.
Right.
This is the process.
Right.
I think most of us have we live based on misunderstanding because most Americans really think that the popular vote wins,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's never been that. I think
Never.
maybe the first. I don't
Right.
know.
Right.
Maybe,
No, I don't think
maybe-
ever. No, because when they set up the system, they didn't
Oh,
want
right,
they didn't want the
'cause-
popular America
Because I don't.
voting for the president.
It wasn't an amendment. I don't think. I think
Yeah.
it's the 12th Amendment, if I'm not mistaken. So
Right. Yeah.
So it's frustrating.
Right.
It's smoke and mirrors.
It's so frustrating.
It's
Mike Tyson.
misleading.
I mean, but but here's the thing. So here's the crux of it. Right.
So
The presidential election, we don't have total control over. We vote popular and the state is selected. So our vote matters, but not as much as the other parts of the election. So that's the part that you don't want to get frustrated over. That's the part that You don't need because that's the crazy part. We look at the president. That's the only confusing part. Every other part, oh no, your state electors, who's in your state, who's in your local is exact by your vote, by your vote. So don't get because I was thinking that too. I was like, oh, it's frustrating, but other parts of it's about population, about being popular. Like whoever gets the most votes, my sheriff wins, my governor wins, my House of Representative wins, my Senate wins. So it's straightforward from the bottom to almost the top. Right. To almost the top is how it works. And I think it has to be a process with I'm gonna keep it real with the president because we don't ever want to get in a place where we get so bamboozled by somebody that the people at the top can you do not want this dude in office. Right. So it's like they can come like
now.
Like right. Almost, it could be worse. And I know
it could be.
Can it really be? Yeah, it can be worse. But there have to be measures in place to say, wait, chill out. This dude has laid $22 trillion to make himself look good, but we at the top know what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, we can't really allow this. So I think those things are in place so we don't vote in somebody too crazy. I mean, I know everyone like Trump, but yeah, it could be worse.
Look, here's the crazy thing though, Terry. I'm finna really mess you up.
Okay, sitting races in Georgia.
Let's say President-elect Joe Biden has a 25 million vote lead in America. 25 million vote lead.
Right.
He can legally lose the election. I know that sounds stupid. That's the Constitution. That's all I'm saying.
That's correct.
I understand.
And they can't rewrite the Constitution, but Jesus,
they can amend. They can amend it.
They can amend it. Yeah.
Well, they need to do something. This is retarded.
Well, I think eventually, I think it's going to be addressed because
it's got to be after this debacle.
Right.
You think this is the first time though?
This is the first time we've been alive to see this,
or media actually. This ain't. I'm gonna do some research and see if anybody's ever voted for the opposite of what they're.
Oh yeah, check it out. Electoral. All right.
Yeah, that's
we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll look it up. Let me read some of these comments. Good morning, sports car lady. Cheryl Richard said, planting the seed in barren, rocky ground. Ebony said, if you knew you were going to leave your job and face jail time, you'd try to stay at work too. Drawing it out, dangerously part of the reason 9/11 fell through was the delay in transition 2000. That's interesting. To your point, AD, Trump has planted this idea for the balance of the year, then complains about not getting any mail-in votes, right? When he arrogantly, right? He told them to. So of course they're not. Thank you, Dwayne, for saying that America's republic. Hopefully they don't blackmail all the electors with stuff. I have a friend who lives in a red part of California, so he tells me those stories of how they are all for Trump in the middle of a blue state.
Okay, hard.
I had problems with the voting process after hanging Chads when it was Bush versus Gore. Yeah, that was rough. 2024. If that happens, be lucky if 40 million will vote. Ebony says, you must understand your vote and how it works. There are systems in place. It's not enough to do it. We must be knowledgeable. Yes, we all got a education on this time. That poor rhetoric of people saying my vote don't count is where Republicans win. How we vote locally will show how we support as people. In every other democracy.
I like that they threw that last part in there. And that goes to what you were saying. The presidential vote, it may not count, but everything else does.
Right. In every democracy, popular vote wins. The Electoral College was set up for slave owners, except for Senate races in Georgia. Dwayne, so much wisdom since such a young man. They all got Stockholm syndrome. Supposedly, the Electoral College is to make state count more toward the presidency. Those slave owners, founding fathers, actually had a smart idea with the Electoral College. You're right, because cities would vote all of our presidents in office. That is true. Hillary legally lost the election 26 million and won the popular vote by 4 million. Woo, facts.
you know, with Coles, comment that supposedly electoral college made, that comment,
Yeah.
I actually can see Cole saying that comment to us. You know,
Right.
we should bring him on camera. I guarantee
Oh,
you.
he at work working hard.
That face,
Right.
quote, and quote. You know, I can see Cole doing that. It's crazy.
But yeah,
But this is going to be, I mean, man, when I tell you I'm going to Canada, if
nah, you ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody going nowhere. Ain't
Terry,
nobody going.
You in Idaho now, so you want to go from Idaho to Canada?
I'm gonna be
You gonna go from look, you went from North Carolina to Illinois,
Right.
to Idaho,
back to North Carolina,
back to North Carolina, back to Idaho,
back to Idaho. No, this one
just to go to Canada.
I would go to Canada. Yeah.
I look, you better learn how to hunt.
But this is ludicrous to me. This whole it's ludicrous. You took. I need for you, Donald John Jasper,
Jacoby.
whatever your name is, Jacoby,
Juniper,
Julian.
Y'all stop
I don't
disrespecting your president. He's still your president, Terry.
Okay, he never been my president.
Yes, he is.
Listen,
He's still your president.
Listen, nothing is more disrespectful than being on the floor while the president's speaking and call him a liar, right? Is that fine? Like, so don't anybody ever talk about disrespecting the president, like who and he got away with it, and they applauded him for it. Like, y'all stop the madness. Stop the madness.
Well, yeah. Well, Cole.
So from here on, when you disrespect my president like that, you don't ever can say anything.
You know, Cole is right though. Idaho is not that far from Canada, right? But I am southern Idaho, so it's still a 10-hour drive from where I live to the Canadian border.
You're gonna have a whole lot of mayonnaise. That's all you're gonna have, some mayonnaise, eh?
Yeah, gonna go through northern Idaho. I go around. I go Idaho, Oregon, back into Canada.
All right. So before we begin to close out, let me show you this comment. One of my brothers who's comes into the live stream doesn't say anything, but he sits in the background. He posted this on his timeline. I didn't put his name up there or anything, but he put this up. He said, "Stop asking Democrats how Democrats will bridge the divide. Making the losers feel like they won is not how democracy works. It's not our job to fabricate a soft spot for whiteness to land after they tried to drop kick us in the face. Yeah. They are the ones born with parachutes."
Ooh.
So
they the ones born with parachutes. Oh my goodness.
So I get it, because like sometimes you watch, you're like, man, why are we trying to bridge a divide? Like,
yeah,
is there like, but then I think about there, like with social media, we are just now getting exposed to certain small segments sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it doesn't mean, because what was it, 70 million? Because I keep hearing that number, 70 million went for Trump. So it doesn't mean all 70 million believe this divide. You know what I'm saying? It's just the loudest wheel is getting the attention.
Right.
You know, it just seems, the maybe 10,000 to 20,000 people, this segment of America is just getting the attention. The rest is just like, I'm not really rolling with all of that. I thought Trump was just a better candidate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like I don't like Joe, so I went with Trump. Because I had to choose one. So I think of
somebody went with Joe because they didn't like Trump, or they went with Trump, they didn't like Joe.
Right.
It's all just crazy.
And my question to what you said, AD, is why it got to be one side bridging the gap? Because to me, this is like a relationship, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And in a relationship, when it's only one person trying to bridge a gap, or one person trying to make an improvement, or one person recognizing one person doing, it's just a failure waiting to happen.
Right.
It's just a failure waiting to happen. It takes both sides reaching and doing and saying. It takes all of that. So America, this is like a bad relationship right now.
Yeah.
Democrats, you're gonna have to do better.
Right.
Republicans, you're gonna have to do better. It takes all of us to make us better. If
Right.
not, this divide ain't going nowhere.
But it's crazy because I think, like, I know Pastor said it before, and we all know it. Like, they may fight and argue and call each other name on the Senate floor, but
But
they'll go back and have a drink. They'll
Yeah,
go hang
sure,
out, right? Type.
for sure.
They'll sit down like, man, you ain't had to be that hard. You ain't had to say all that.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have those conversations. I'm sure that they talk a lot. Like, even Joe Biden has been in the Senate forever. Forever. He's been in this game for a long time. So he know these fools. He know these guys. He know their MOs. He knows,
But that I equate that to this. That's like you in a relationship and you tell your wife or your significant other enough to keep her not asking any more questions because you really don't want to talk about that all that deep with her. But you get with your ace, your boy,
right.
y'all talk about everything.
right.
Right.
You ain't in a relationship with him.
Right.
So it ain't gonna make your relationship better. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
making you feel better because
Right.
you got a vent and some
Get it out. Right.
some give and take over here, but the relationship ain't. So you're right, and I know because I point this out and people just forget that it existed. 4.5 years ago, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were tight.
Right.
Like he was paying money on her books when it came to elections and stuff. He was putting money on her books tight.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
in a matter of 7 months, you think she was a lesbian that took his wife.
Oh wow.
That's how bad it went. So
It was. No, I mean, I get it.
It literally went from that to that.
Right.
Yeah. I want to get this point in real quick before we get too far past it. When we're talking about bridging the divide, and when you first mentioned it, you started talking about it. It reminded me. I'm gonna take everybody back. So this is your daily movie reference from Terry today, because we can incorporate just about every movie that's been out to a movie, something. You guys remember the 5 heartbeats?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, baby, ain't got no.
Not that part. Not that part of the movie.
Oh, sorry.
But when they did the album cover,
Okay.
and the guy brought the album cover to the bus station where it was at.
They ain't
And
never
he was
crossed
like,
over to us.
Thank you.
Come on, JT.
Why we always crossed over to something?
Come on, man. We know we do this to get our brand out there. Then we
Exactly.
cross it back over.
It's just a double cross.
Crossover ain't nothing but a double cross is what he said.
Yep.
Crossover ain't nothing but a double cross. Shout out to JT, Matthew, Leon. But that's how we divide, especially our divide that we have in this country. And I'm amazed at how I still have to try to explain to people that I went to school with.
That's a classic line too.
Exactly.
My office hours are from
9 to
Was it
5. Shout out to Bird and the nickname Falcon. Yeah.
Big red.
Pretty. Tell him, Benny.
You think go eat your fried fish sandwich. Somebody fish being bad last week. Yeah, I can quote that whole movie. Don't get me started. But it's amazing that this election, these past 4 years have really pulled back the scab of the hatred in America. But we all know that, right? But I really didn't understand how deep it went. People that I went to school with ran with. You want my spotlight?
You ain't gonna get it because you ain't got it.
Good with Em. Got me the other day.
Oh man! Every night I gotta prove my love.
You ain't the one out there singing and dancing every night. You know what? That's a good one. Ebbs has the comment of the day. We need to start doing like
$5.
Won't you go ahead and say something, boy?
Yeah.
I got nothing but love.
You can't get it because you ain't got it. I love it. I love it.
Nothing
All right,
but
gentlemen.
love.
If you got, yeah, anytime Dwayne starts singing, it's time to go.
I know it's time to go.
Wrap it up, B.
Oh,
Crazy.
so we about to roll up out of here. I apologize for the short show. Appreciate you, my podcast people listening. Everybody rocking with us.
Yeah.
We might start flipping it up, doing wacky Wednesdays, and just be serious on Thursday and Friday. I think the hump day.
We might need to do something a little rambunctious because this election, I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
I swear I'm tired of it.
I know. I'm sorry, guys.
Can we just push fast forward or rewind? No fast forward, no rewind.
Fast forward,
no
bro.
rewind.
Fast
No
this.
rewind.
Let's go on. It is what it is. Going to February.
Well, you know what time? You know what it's almost time for, right?
What's that?
In my mind.
Oh. If y'all don't know, that is my favorite time of the year.
Is it?
So it's my favorite. So we're gonna hear a lot of Christmas songs. Yes, I'm a Hallmark watcher. I watch all them sappy Christmas movies, the white ones and the black ones. Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay.
I am going.
Quick question,
Listen.
shoot from the hip. Shoot from the hip. Since that's your time of the year.
Yes, sir.
Top 4 Christmas songs ever.
Oh, the Run DMC. That one was it. Was that the comment of the? No, that's the Temptations.
The Temptation.
The other one was it. Hang on, This Christmas.
That's Boys to Men.
Chris
And
Brown.
sometimes that Charlie Brown joint. I like that old. I don't even know the words, but I like it.
I know what you're talking about.
Wait. You said that Charlie Brown.
Yeah, he
joint?
did.
Okay.
The Charlie Brown joint. He said, "Saying it, yes, sir, indeed."
When he said it, I was like, "Huh?" And then when he started singing it, I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, everybody know that song. Everybody don't know the words. Man, love you too, Cole. Listen, I appreciate you guys. We're gonna be back to not next week, tomorrow. Maybe a part 2, or maybe we'll talk about something else. I gotta find something a little lighter. Let's as we go with Friday, we're gonna lighten it up a little bit. Donny Hathaway. Oh yeah, and you know what? It's got to be Donny Hathaway. I don't want the Chris Brown version. I don't want nobody else. I want the Donny Hathaway version.
I think Chris Brown smashed it, but Donny is
he did. I think like sometimes songs that you've listened to a long time, you're like, I just like that groove. You know,
and you already like that 25 years before Chris Brown came out.
Right.
That one song. I realized last year.
What's that, Rich?
Was kind of rapey. I got to get home. What's the name of the song? Baby, it's cold outside. Baby,
like that. You know what? That's number 4. That may be number 4. The Charlie Brown number 5.
That song was rapey though.
Oh,
listen to the word. She's trying to go home. He won't let her.
Stupid.
Okay. Oh man, no.
Terry, stop confessing stuff on live streaming. Stop it. Don't. Filth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, listen. Before we go, I was watching House Party. House Party. Yeah, the original. No, listen. Hear me out. So y'all remember when the mood was coming down after Kid got out of jail, and they were on their way home. They were talking about their night or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Play was like, "Oh, you got with homegirl, right? Teach Campbell, Sydney. And he would, and he was like, "Yo, what went down?" He said, "Boom, boom." He said, they couldn't do it because his condom was messed up. Yeah, remember that part? Like the condom was messed up. So Play was like, "Okay, why did you just, she was fine, but why'd you just do it?" He's like, "Man, I ain't trying to have baby." Yo, Play said, "That don't matter. It's her problem, not yours."
That's what he said.
That's
what he said. Yeah.
I was like,
that's what he said.
Yeah, right. Because real life, I heard him say that, but I was like, I never realized he said that.
Yeah, he sure did say that.
Horrible.
But real life with Play is that he's got like 10 kids. Wow. He's going to pay like a bunch of child support. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that, He felt every.
Right. But I know he's turned his life around. I know
but you got to remember also, art imitates real life.
Right. No doubt.
And there's always breadcrumbs for people who write, especially people who know some people ain't gonna listen.
Right.
If you put it out there in a professional platform, so they put it in a place where you're gonna pick it up, but you. That's what Dave Chappelle went upside the head.
Right.
Because he just went out and made it blatantly, uncomfortably obvious.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, but I love it. But
all right.
Isn't that Kid and Play? Isn't that House Party 2 though?
No, that's one.
That's one.
Original. That's one. When they're coming home. If you find it, we'll fast forward all the way to the end to that part.
Look, that was one of my favorite movies.
Right. I mean, it was a great movie, but I was like, really play?
I'm fresh off of Cops. Go ahead, because you said I'm fresh off of Cops, but
all right,
where you from? Fresh off of Cops.
We leaving. We'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys be blessed. Know that God, we love you, but God loves you more. Keep praying for the McCrory family at this time of need. All right, guys.
Both talk. We back tomorrow. Yeah.
Peace out.
I didn't want to catch that. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Good morning. Everybody.